What's going on, everyone? So this is going to be the review for the Blue Yeti. Now, as a lot of you may know, there are tons and tons of reviews on YouTube about this microphone. A lot of YouTubers are using this microphone. I figured I'll put my review in the review pool anyway, considering I just purchased this. To start off by saying, before I got this Yeti and started using this Yeti, I had the Blue Snowball, and the Blue Snowball for a $50 microphone has been a fantastic microphone for the price. It works great, decent sound quality, and so on and so forth. I just figured it was time to step up and get something better audio quality, a little bit more customization. I wanted to go with an XLR, but having more clutter on my desk for an audio mixer and buying multiple parts just wasn't in the budget, and I also didn't want to deal with it. And the Yeti Pro was a little pricey, as well as nobody had it in store. I was able to get this at Best Buy in stock, no issues. So that being said, I'm going to go over some of the features that it has before I give you my 2 cents on it. Now, this Blue Yeti, I'm actually recording on it right now. We'll start about the weight of the unit itself. As a microphone with the bass, it is really, really heavy. I like that. It's a really heavy microphone, but before I'm not going to say what I like and what I don't like yet, but it's a really heavy microphone. It uses a mini USB cable to plug into the computer for integration. You have a headphone jack right on the bottom of it. You can adjust the angle that it's sitting at, and on that, it has a volume control on the front of it, as well as a mute button. So you can mute it so nothing's coming through, as well as a volume control for your headphones so you can turn the volume up and down. That being said, on the back of the microphone, you have a pattern switch. You can switch it 4 different patterns, basically how you want it to record your voice or whatever you're recording. You can change that just by the settings of the little knob on the back. It also has another knob to adjust the gain. So if you want it to be more sensitive, louder, stuff like that, you can do that right on the microphone. That being said, I went over basically the main physical points of this microphone. Now, the volume control, the reason it has a volume control is you can actually set your computer to have your Blue Yeti put out all of your sound through your computer and plug your headset or speakers into this, which obviously it's made for headphones. So then you can have your headphones on, hear everything on the computer, as well as hear yourself talking, so you know if you're peaking, anything like that. So that's actually a really nice feature. So yeah, I guess I'm going to go through my experience with it from the start to now, and then we'll go over how everything works. So basically, I got it, I unboxed it. I actually didn't even upload the unboxing yet at the time of recording this. So I unboxed it, got it set up, and minus the stupid issues that I was dealing with trying to run an Elgato on a different computer, use this on a different computer, just, when I actually got things set up, that's what I'm going to go through. So I plug it into the computer, and no special software needed. You plug it in, it identifies it after a minute or two, installs the drivers by itself with Windows 10, and that's it. I'm using Audacity right now to record it. Audacity, I literally open it up, select Blue Yeti microphone, boom, done. So as far as setup, it's very, very easy, no issues. So yeah, that's a huge positive. Now, as far as the speaker setup, one thing that kind of was annoying, and is still annoying, but, what are you going to do, is I want to use my computer speakers whenever I'm not recording, because I'm not a fan of wearing a headset that much. So, I have my speakers, I have my Windows set up to the speakers, all fine and dandy. But say I'm recording, I'm using a headset, so you don't hear the game audio as well as the game audio coming out of the speaker, so then you hear an echo plus me talking over it. It sounds like shit. I have to manually change it, obviously, every single time to for the computer audio to go to the Blue Yeti, then my computer speakers when I'm done, and then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's kind of a bit of an annoyance, but it's, it's not that much of a down part. That's just, you don't even need to switch the output audio to the, microphone. Yeah. Now, the main purpose of the headphone jack on it is so you can hear everything as well as hear your voice, so you can hear how you're sounding, and that works wonderfully. It really does. I don't have any problems with it whatsoever, as well as the volume control on the microphone itself. There's no looseness. It's nice and tight, and it works great. On the back part, the pattern, when you're recording, I actually do hear a difference in the recording, and I'm actually going to show you that right now. So I'm going to switch it. You're going to hear a click or a knock. So I'm going to continue talking while I switch it, and I'm going to be switching it right now, and I just switched it to another pattern. And then now I'm going to be switching it to another pattern right about now. Okay. Now, if it sounds any different, now I'm also going to switch to the last pattern right now. I believe this pattern actually has a left and right channel to it. So depending on where you're sitting on the microphone, if you want it to be, stereo set up like that, you definitely can do that, no problem. I'm actually going to switch it back to the way I had it, and that's that. Now the gain I'm not going to mess with because, I have it literally halfway. If I turn it up, it's just going to peak. It really is. This is a very sensitive microphone. I really like that it's a very sensitive microphone, and I like that I can turn the sensitivity down with the gain control, so I can actually have it set up perfectly wherever the microphone's set. I can have this microphone very far away from me, turn the gain up, and it can still hear me. The sound quality, I'm actually impressed. It seems like the sound quality is actually pretty phenomenal for this microphone, especially for a $110 microphone, or $104 I paid for it, $103.99 at Best Buy. So, I was very impressed with that. Now, let's talk about the downsides. The downside is if you're not using a suspension mount, you're going to get a lot of noise. I don't have a suspension mount for this yet, nor a pop filter. And as you can hear, every time I use like the P sound, like pop, stuff like that, it's really bad. So you definitely need a pop filter with this microphone. Just because it is a very sensitive microphone, even with the gain down, some sounds definitely penetrate really bad. So it definitely needs if you're looking at getting this and looking for good sound quality, and you have this microphone, you definitely need a pop filter, and you also need a suspension mount. The reason I say a suspension mount is because if you have this sitting on your desk, I will show you why it's an issue. I have my keyboard, my mouse, and my microphone on a soft pad. It's a huge mouse pad. You can check out my setup video on my channel, but I'm just going to tap right on the ground. So now, I don't want to mess this up, but let's see. Let's see if I can just go over here, and I'm just going to type real quick. And as you can hear, you can actually hear my keyboard pretty well, and that's why you need a suspension mount, just because the tapping on the pad is very loud. I don't hear the keys so much when I'm playing games. I hear that, the knocking underneath it. So it's a very sensitive setup with that. Other than that, if you're looking for perfect sound quality out of this microphone, if you get a suspension mount and you get a pop filter, this thing is going to come out very nicely. Sorry, I just tapped the microphone. It's going to come out very nicely. The mute button's very convenient. Like I said, everything about this microphone is convenient. They added the perfect features to work great for being a USB microphone without an external audio mixer or anything like that. you have the gain control. You can listen to yourself as well as everything around, so you don't have to deal with, oh, I don't know how I sound right now, because, you can't hear yourself when you're talking. So, that feature is beautiful. As well as, being able to set it as output, desktop output, so you can hear everything with your voice over it all at the same time without having to do anything. It makes everything just so goddamn easy. I'll be honest, using this has been a treat. It really has been. And yeah, it's been amazing. Is it worth $110? Is it even worth $130 with the normal price that I've been seeing it at? I think so. I really do. This microphone has been fantastic. It really has been. It's a really nice looking microphone. I really wanted the blackout edition, but Micro Center had the blackout edition, but it was $140 compared to $103. I'm like, you know what? I'll just get the standard. It's the same exact microphone, just paint. It's black instead of silver and gray. It would match my setup more because I got a black keyboard, black mouse, black mat, all that. But that's not a downside of the microphone by any means. This microphone has been fantastic for the little bit of time that I've been using it. It's been a treat using it, and I actually enjoy talking into it. The Blue Snowball, I'll be honest, it's a good microphone, but I didn't enjoy using it. I really didn't. The factory stand on it was awful. It was, when you have a setup, it's just so low, so uncomfortable with how my setup is. With this, I'm not like leaning down to talk to it. I have it right in front of me. I literally have it about 3 inches away from my mouth, and I'm not leaning at all. I'm sitting up. I'm straight. I'm just kind of leaning on the desk, and it's like right in front of me. It's so nice, and I'm enjoying using it. I really am. And yeah, if you're making YouTube videos, you want to enjoy it, because that's the point of putting this content out. You have to enjoy what you're doing, and especially with this microphone, I am really enjoying it. It's nice using something with quality that isn't making you uncomfortable to use it, something that you don't have to talk loud, especially my position. I can't really talk too loud, considering when I'm awake everybody else is asleep, so I can't be too loud. So this makes it much easier on me as well. So like I said, I highly recommend this microphone, and I really don't have much complaints about it. If you guys want to hear a comparison between my Snowball and this Blue Yeti, let me know in the comments section. I know there's plenty of them on YouTube, but I can gladly make one if somebody wants to hear it. That being said, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. If you didn't like it, make sure to subscribe for more content. And until next time, have a good one.